Everybody else, listen, it's just horse shit. Excuse my language. We got to get through him first. That's all it is. Hey, put him in front of me and we will beat them. And when it's all said and done, my hand will be raised once again and they will say the takeover.
Painted outline by being as disrespectful as he can at the press conference because he wants to try to piss this kid off so the kid come fight with him. You understand me? Because with me, he have exactly what he wanted. Because as soon as I go in there, I'm coming straight to his head. You understand where I'm coming from? So, but I think that's what he's trying to get. Yeah, you feel me? But I think that's what he's trying to get Shakur to do. Because why would you say that to a person? What does that have to do with boxing? You feel me? He knows that Shakur has great feet and he's not going to be able to catch Shakur if he lets Shakur take his time to do what he does. So he got to try to make Shakur.
Anyone who watched the recent press conference between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez noticed the same thing. It felt like Teofimo was unraveling in real time. He came across as unstable and all over the place, making strange comments about Room 40, dragging families into the conversation, and behaving in a way that seemed disconnected from the moment. Instead of looking focused and confident, he appeared out of control, almost like someone struggling to keep it together in front of everyone.
Done in unification at 140. You've talked in the past about moving up in weight. Why was this the right fight for you?
Hold on, I'll tell you what.
You too.
Faster. You're talking about room 40,
Faster.
though.
You said what?
You're talking about room 40.
Yeah.
Room 40's nuts.
Faster. Yo, you pause, bro. What's up with you, bro? You been wildin' since
You hard,
bro. Pause.
You hard. Real hard.
Man, what do you say to that, bro? Like, do you hear him, bro? I just can't wait to beat him and shut him up, bro. T.O. not on this level. T.O. is a high-level fighter.
To most fans, it seemed like Teofimo was falling apart just weeks before the biggest fight of his career, but boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. says that's not the case at all. According to Roy, what looked like chaos is actually a smart and risky plan built to trap Shakur Stevenson. He believes Teofimo is putting on an act to mess with Shakur's mind, and if Shakur takes the bait, his unbeaten record could disappear. We're breaking down the exact mind game Teofimo is using, the one moment where Shakur showed a small crack, and why this psychological battle could decide everything in January. Speaking on the premiere of Hall of Game, Roy said that while many people saw disrespect and wild behavior, he saw strategy. Back in his day, bringing up someone's family or making crude jokes would have started a real fight on the spot, but Roy believes Teofimo understands exactly how far he can push things. He says this is not a breakdown, it's a calculated move designed to frustrate Shakur and pull him into fighting with anger instead of control.
By being as disrespectful as he can at the press conference because he wants to try to piss this kid off so the kid come fight with him. You understand me? Because with me, he have exactly what he wanted. Because as soon as I go in there, I'm coming straight to his head. You understand where I'm coming from? So, but I think that's what he's trying to get. Yeah, you feel me? But I think that's what he's trying to get Shakur to do. Because why would you say that to a person? What does that have to do with boxing? You feel me? He knows that Shakur has great feet and he's not going to be able to catch Shakur if he lets Shakur take his time to do what he does. So he got to try to make Shakur come in and try to kill him, which is what he just did at the press conference. So I don't feel bad about what he did at the press conference. I understand it now. When I saw it, he knows that he is right now. He ain't got much chance than outside picking a shot with Shakur because you don't beat Shakur like that. But if he can make Shakur get reckless and talk reckless to him, he's talking reckless to him to force him to hopefully force him to be reckless. You understand me? So what I would have did, like I said, I would have been reckless at the press conference, so I ain't got to be reckless in the ring. You understand me? I really ain't got that recklessness out the way. You feel me? Just so you know, I know where to be reckless at. Wherever you be reckless at is where I'm going to be reckless at. You understand me? So, and we got that out the way. So when the fight comes, I can get back to my fight game. You understand me? But he's just trying to do things to draw Shakur to him, to make Shakur be reckless, because if Shakur fights reckless, that gives him his best chance to win. And that's smart on Teal's.
The idea behind it is simple but dangerous. Shakur Stevenson is a highly skilled boxer who wins with patience, focus, and smart movement, landing clean shots while avoiding damage. He controls fights by staying calm and technical, almost untouchable in the ring. Teofimo understands that he can't beat that version of Shakur, so he's trying to force him to fight with emotion instead of discipline. By showing heavy disrespect, he wants to hit Shakur's pride and push him to think, I don't just want to win, I want to hurt him. But if Shakur goes in looking for punishment instead of strategy, he'll have to stand still and exchange punches. The moment he starts trading, he steps into the wild, unpredictable fight where Teofimo is most dangerous. Roy Jones Jr. kept his message clear: ignore the act and see it for what it is. If Shakur buys into the drama and lets it affect him, he could lose the fight before it even begins.
You've shown respect to him for his performances in the past, what he's done. He's fought guys like Lomachenko and Taylor. You say that he's not on your level. Why do you think you're on just a different level than him?
Because I seen him at his best. Against Taylor, against Lomachenko, he was at his very best. That was the best he can do. I don't think he can do nothing better than that. So
self-projection.
What I seen from that fight, I feel like I'm way better than them guys. With Lomachenko, like I said, he didn't throw punches for 6
Objection.
rounds. For 6 rounds. So if you ain't throw punches for 6 rounds and you get in front of me,
man, you was a
just don't know. I
fanboy
would have beat Lomachenko that night easy too. That's how I feel.
Fanboy of Loma.
Well, wait a second. You objected. Hold on a second. You just objected.
I like Lomachenko. I like Lomachenko.
You just objected. You want to tell him how much you like him again? I think you like him. You keep telling him.
Objection. What?
You tell everyone.
False accusation.
You got a thing for him, right? That's okay.
Accusation.
We
I
accept you.
can't wait to beat this clown, bro.
The most puzzling part of this plan is how quickly Teofimo changes his behavior. Just hours after that wild and disrespectful press conference, both fighters appeared together on the Mr. Versace podcast for a face-to-face interview, and Teofimo seemed like a completely different person. He was calm, spoke clearly, and even praised Shakur's talent. That sharp shift is part of the mind game. By flipping between being respectful and acting outrageous, he creates confusion and keeps Shakur guessing. The constant change in attitude is meant to throw Shakur off rhythm mentally, making it harder for him to stay steady and focused.
When did you first become aware of Shakur Stevenson? When did you first hear the name? When did you first maybe see a fight of his?
Well, first off, it's great to be here. Grateful, thankful to be here, first and foremost on that part. I've seen Shakur back in...
Amateurs, pros?
Yeah, I'm thinking, I don't know if it's 2011 or 2012 National Junior Olympics or, Junior National Golden Gloves. And I remember seeing him. He was wearing a white tank top. I think it was red and white trunks. And he was just whooping on dude bad. And that's when I noticed. But we were in different weight classes at the time, different age group, I think. And we were both cleaning up our divisions leading up to the finals. He ended up winning. I ended up, coming in second. But nevertheless, that's when I noticed him. And ever since then, it's just been history.
What were your early impressions?
I like his style. He could fight.
It's his strategy at its highest level. If Shakur trains for a reckless fighter, he could end up facing the sharp, disciplined Teofimo who outboxed Lomachenko. But if he prepares for a technical battle, he might run into the aggressive Teofimo who dominated Josh Taylor. As the host of the WAD Concept explained, Teofimo is presenting different versions of himself, so Shakur can't predict what he'll see on fight night at Madison Square Garden. That uncertainty forces Shakur to spend extra mental energy trying to figure it out, while Teofimo rests comfortably, confident that he's the one shaping the story and controlling the pressure.
It's really that time for him to really take his first loss and, me whoop his ass to the point where either he quits on the stool or I knock him out. How I see this fight being played out is with me pretty much setting that momentum for the people out there as well. Not really trying to force for it. However, I can't be too technical with Shakur. You got to make it a little ugly. You got to make it a little ugly. If you try to be too technical with Shakur, it could be too long of a weighted chess match. Certain people don't want to see that. They don't want to see pop shots. You know what I mean? They want to see good action. I have yet to see, and I think you could attest with me, I don't think we have seen Shakur face anyone higher than who he's going to face next, and that's of me. So, I definitely, commend him at least for stepping up to the plate. But I think it's time. I think it's really that time for him to really take his first loss and, me whoop his ass to the point where either he quits on the stool or I knock him out.
You really believe that, because everyone will say, oh man, Shakur is probably one of the best defensive fighters. And again, you really believe you can stop Shakur Stevenson?
In that face-to-face interview, Teofimo slipped in a quiet insult that many fans missed, but it targeted Shakur's greatest strength. Looking him straight in the eye, he said, "I'm slow, right? Mentally, you're slow." It wasn't loud or dramatic, but it was deliberate. Shakur's biggest weapon is his sharp mind and ring IQ, and Teofimo aimed right at it, trying to plant doubt and challenge the very skill that makes Shakur so hard to beat.
Mentally. I'm talking about the boxing ring, what you was talking about. I'm slow, right? Mentally.
At first, it sounded like a childish jab about intelligence, but in elite boxing, it carried a much deeper meaning. Teofimo wasn't questioning Shakur's education, he was challenging his fight IQ. Shakur takes pride in being the smartest fighter in the ring, someone who reads moves quickly and reacts faster than anyone else. By calling him mentally slow, Teofimo was attacking his identity and suggesting that inside the ropes, Shakur can't keep up with his speed of thought. Shakur laughed it off and said Teofimo would be surprised on fight night, but doubt often starts with small comments like that. Teofimo is counting on Shakur's pride, pushing him to prove he's the sharper thinker, which could lead him to force counters that aren't really there and make mistakes he normally wouldn't make.
I think that everything just plays out the way it does, and eventually we was going to end up meeting up with each other eventually. I think that that's how it works, right? When two greats collide, you're bound to see a great fight. So I never seen any jealousy in my part with him. I mean, for crying out loud, he fought for Team USA, he got a silver medal. And,
not during them times, though,
and
bro.
The whole thing
not
was
during them times.
pushed.
I'm speaking on the times where I felt like you had a push start. You got the you used to be ahead of me far as like you was the code on Terrence Crawford card. I was underneath. Then you got the opportunity to fight with Lomachenko. And after that, I felt like I kind of got pushed more than you, and you felt some type of way about the way that I was pushed more than you when it came down to ESPN. I remember you saying a little comment with the ESPN only like black fighters and all that kind of stuff. And when you said that, I kind of felt like it was a shot at me. So I felt like it was a little bit of jealousy.
No, I just didn't give enough. That's all. Cool. I just didn't give enough about it all.
Yeah, but when you said in the comments, you said something there. It was something you said at that time. That was something. It was the way you felt, right?
Nah, I just pushed the movement that I felt like we was taking over as we are now.
Like I said, I think you the truth. I know I'm the truth, and can't wait to see.
There was only one point in the build-up where Shakur Stevenson truly seemed shaken, and it wasn't the family insults or the jokes about his teeth. It happened when Teofimo questioned his loyalty. When the subject of Keyshawn Davis came up, Shakur's close friend and training partner in the same division, Teofimo firmly said, "There are no brothers in this sport," arguing that real greatness means being willing to face anyone, even friends, if they're in the way. Shakur quickly became defensive, raising his voice and insisting that no amount of money would make him fight someone he's been through battles with. In that moment, Teofimo exposed what he sees as a mental boundary, suggesting that Shakur is guided by emotion and may lack the ruthless edge needed to become an all-time great. Teofimo made it clear he would fight anyone for a title, even someone close to him. That exchange gave Lopez a small psychological edge, showing he can get under Shakur's skin and pointing out a clear difference in mindset. Teofimo is chasing greatness at any cost, while Shakur still values loyalty, and in a brutal sport like boxing, some may see that loyalty as a weakness.
Only the Shakur Stevenson who's confused now. He literally was looking around like the look that Shakur Stevenson had on his face was, I did not come here for this. And I think he even said, I really don't know what to say about it. That don't make for a good press conference to me.
There's old school and there's new school. Old school has something like that been said, they would not have allowed us to be able to come face to face. Because you don't say it to me and think I ain't finna try to tear your head off as soon as I get close to you.
Well, you understand? You're not gonna wait till a fight night. You're gonna get it in that day.
Because some things are too, because sometimes you go a little bit beyond respect. That's disrespectful. If you disrespect me on any level, we fighting then. Now I'm gonna try to hold it together but if you disrespect me, which is what he just did, I'm not gonna ask him about what he's talking about. When I get close enough, I'm finna show him what I ain't talking about. You understand where I'm coming from? Yeah. Had he said that in my day, they could not. I would tell him, listen, whatever y'all do, don't let me get close to him. Because if I get close to him, I promise you, I'm finna lay him out right now. I'll
Hold
pay
on,
the
Roy. So you
fines
gonna hit him with the Riddick Bowe, Larry Donald two piece
right,
at the press
right,
conference?
right now. You understand me? You done said that. You basically you challenging me. You're trying me to see if I'm really a man or not. He basically trying to little boy him. You understand me? So if a man let you say that and he don't do nothing, you feel like he already let go. He already good. You feel me? No, you don't do that. Somebody got to listen. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I told you I'm old school, Dre. I'm so sorry, but I promise you, I'm gonna tell him,
Bro, I
do
got
not
real
let me get
tears right
within
now.
6 foot, because I'm gonna tear his head off.
Experts like Ashaqui Foster, who has sparred Shakur, and Roy Jones Jr. all agree on one thing. If this fight stays a pure boxing match, Teofimo loses. Shakur is too technically skilled and disciplined to be outpointed over 12 rounds. That's why the mind games aren't just side drama, they're the main story. Teofimo has no choice but to take risks, push the mental battle, and go all out if he wants any shot at victory.
Styles make fights. I don't know. I don't really see. I think that's a bad style matchup for Shakur.
Really? You're like the 10th person that's told me this. I kid you not. Like, it's just because I know the obvious people will be like, Shakur's undefeated. He's a defensive fighter. Tio's kind of struggled with the boxer, but I've just talked to someone again today. Like, everyone favors kind of like Tio for some reason, just from what I've talked to. So why is that? Because you sparred Shakur, and I guess you would know better. So I mean,
Shakur, he likes to be the most athletic guy in the ring. When he's not, he has problems. Shakur kinda, he's a right-hander fighting out of southpaw stance. So when you meet guys like that's athleticism that fight with their strong hand in the back, you're gonna have to rely on more than just your jab and the rangefinder. You know what I mean? Like, you tell me, do he got a solid left hand?
I mean, I haven't been punched.
You seen him throw it. You seen him throw it, but you've never seen him hurt or knock nobody out with it. So I just think when you meet certain guys, that's why I say the style. You meet certain guys, you're gonna have to rely on both of them things, both of them hands. You know what I mean? And I just think it's a bad style matchup for him. I see Teofimo beating him.
Wow. Roy Jones Jr. explained it clearly. Teofimo's goal is to create a fight where skill matters less and instinct takes over. A street fight in the ring. Every insult, every strange press conference moment, and every interview is carefully planned to push Shakur away from his usual technical style. We've seen against William Zepeda that Shakur can fight through pressure, but that's not how he prefers to win. Teofimo wants to keep him uncomfortable for 3 minutes of every round, hoping Shakur's pride will make him stand his ground for 12 rounds, even while the world calls him boring.
Zepeda in July, and you fought a totally different way. It wasn't the easiest way or the best way to fight, but I think it was good for you and your development because it not only sent a message to the rest of the division, one up, your division at that time, and then the one above you, but it sent a message to the fans. But I think it also did something for you to prove to yourself that, man, listen, that wasn't like my best performance, but I showed you I can get it out the mud. What did that performance kind of do for you now that you look back at it?
Honestly, I think like styles wise, I think that Zepeda's style is the style that's supposed to give me the most trouble. Like, guys that box and give me time to think is the guys that's gonna have a fit with me all night. But the guys who press me and put me against the ropes and throw a million punches, that's the style that's supposed to give me trouble. So I went out there and I prevailed against that style, and now I'm fighting against a boxer, which for me it just makes it more fun. I don't have to deal with a guy that's trying to like wear me down so much.
Right.
So now I gotta play chess. I gotta do what I do best, play chess. So I can't wait.
We're watching one of the most intense mental battles in modern boxing. On one side is Shakur Stevenson, a generational talent who says he's immune to distractions. On the other is Teofimo Lopez, a chaotic strategist acting unhinged to bait Shakur into a trap. Roy Jones Jr. has warned everyone, the disrespect may be fake, but the danger is real. If Shakur stays composed, he's likely to win. But if even a small part of him wants to punish Teofimo for his words, he could pay the price in the ring. The fight hasn't started yet, but the trap is already set. We just have to see if Shakur walks into it.